Bow, 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 bow. Which we're just starting with a quick Guardian of the Galaxy one. What's happening all? Welcome back to the channel. And thank you. I just want to say first, thank you for the bottom of my heart to everyone who has viewed my previous videos on my channel. In regards to Survival Hunter in Shadowlands, the Survival Hunter rework, is the Survival Hunter dead? I'll drop the links in the description below. But they have amassed to over one is over 800, and the other is over 700. I wouldn't have imagined any of my videos ever reaching that high, even for a small person like me. It just means there are so many Survival Hunter players out there that actually are hidden, that want their voices heard, that agree with me, and all that kind of things, and just really want to play this great fun spec. So again, thank you very much, Peter, and to all the new subscribers on the channel as well. What I mentioned in my first video, Survival Hunters are dead in Shadowlands, I was going to say that I was going to make like a really long video to say these are your talents, these are the Covenant abilities, these are the legendaries. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty much split them all up, because Shadowlands has a release date of the 26th of October for NA, 25th of October for EU, but for Australia it's the 27th at 10 AM. So a lot of things are going to change pretty much until then. So what I want to do is keep you guys updated with my thoughts and whatnot until then. So probably weekly or a few days I'll upload new videos, just to keep you updated, and hopefully by then new changes will come, so I won't have to like re-record any new videos and whatnot. So what I'm going to do is, so again, new videos. Today I'm going to, I don't know what I'm going to call this, Survival Hunter series, Survival Hunter overview or something like that. But today we'll start with current BFA for you guys that want to play it now until Shadowlands, how to play it, what you should be going for, what Azerite and essences that you really want. And the next one will be Shadowlands. Then we'll talk about talents, legendaries, Covenant abilities, and by the time we get to the release date very closer, we'll give the final thoughts. So if that's okay with you, we'll start. Again, thank you for everybody. But so current BFA, so a couple of things that you really want to check out for. Corruptions. We'll start with corruptions. The only one that you really ever want to stack, so my hunter doesn't actually have it, the only one that you really want to get is Expedient 3. You want to stack as many Expedient 3s as you possibly can. Why? More haste, more focus regen, and also faster cooldowns on your spells. And then you can go crit. Of course, everyone likes big numbers when they crit, especially when you get 5 Mongoose Bite stacks, and then you're critting at that 5 Mongoose Bite. And then Mastery is your least one. You could run Verse as well. Verse Mastery is pretty much nearly the same, but Mastery pretty much. So what Mastery does, you and your pet's focus spending abilities deal 51. Well, so mine at the moment deal a percentage number. As you can see, I have 52%, which I'm dealing pretty much 52% increased damage. So those are pretty much your stats as well. I really sort of jumbled them both in together. So corruptions, you really want Expedient. If you do get a Mind Flays are pretty good for haste users, all haste users, because the more that we hit, the more times we can proc a Mind Flay, and also Infinite Stars works, but I wouldn't say getting Infinite Stars, because sometimes you might get 10, sometimes you might get 2. You really don't know, right? So Expedient is number one. Get as much expedient as you can. Always go for haste to crit to mastery. I just want to say sorry again. I am a little bit sick as well. So hopefully I can keep going, and keep you guys entertained. So those are the two things that you really want to look out for. So when we talk about Azerite, there are two different ways you can play this. You can play this. Well, there's three different ways. Sorry, there's your PvP base. There's your single target, and there is your multi target. So your fortified weeks, multi, your single target weeks, tyrannical, and your PvP. So we'll pretty much go through all of them, and we'll go through like all the different specs and Azerites and essences all in one, pretty much. So my single target build, which sims, so my single target sims about 105k DPS at the moment. So I like to go Viper's Venom, Guerrilla Tactics, Trailblazer. In raid, you'd probably go Natural Mending because you can heal yourself you can heal yourself more every time you spend 20 focus. Bloodseeker, 100% Bloodseeker because you get 10% free attack speed. So you always want to keep your kill command bar like dot up. So you get 10%. That's a free 10%. Always go Mongoose Bite because Mongoose Bite is your hard hitter, and then you go into Birds of Prey. So while Birds of Prey, if you have a look at Birds of Prey, attacking your pet's target with Mongoose Bite or Carve extends the duration of a coordinated assault by 1.5 seconds. What coordinated assault does, it increases you and your pet's damage by 20 seconds, and you get more, like you get a 25% chance to reset your kill command. Why Birds of Prey? If we have a look at our essences, Blur of Talons. During coordinated assault, Mongoose Bite increases your agility by a flat amount of agility, and increases your speed by a flat amount for 6 seconds. And it stacks up to 5 times. So currently you want to run 5 of them with Birds of Prey, because pretty much you can, if you're really lucky, you will be able to keep 100% uptime of Blur of Talent. So that means you're going to get 20% extra damage for one. How long is it? For usually it goes for 2 minutes, the cooldown. In a raid, I'll keep this up for about maybe 1 minute and 45 seconds. So that's with lust and everything. So with haste, and then if you have a look, so these are your essences as well. Memory of Lucid Dreams, Breath of the Dying, Blood of the Enemy. So every time you crit, you get a stack blood, increases your crit, and then once you hit 40 stacks of blood, you gain a whole bunch of haste. And then if you look in your minor, you go Essence of Focusing Iris. This pretty much gives you 403 haste, so it stacks up to 10 times. So it's haste on haste on haste on haste. So if you have a look, these ones don't fire back. So your opener pretty much is you Blur Talons, you Harpoon, you spend, and until you can't spend anymore, Viper's Venom, Memory of Lucid Dreams, and then you're just whacking. You don't cast anything else. What you do is you do not, so your Blur Talent, no, your Mongoose Bite window is 14 seconds. You don't want to refresh your Mongoose Bite at 1 second left, because when you do that, you're pretty much just wasting where you could be kill commanding and then reset your Mongoose Bite window, and hopefully just getting as many Mongoose Bites rolling pretty much. And then right at the end, if you don't have any kill command, make sure you always have a kill command dot up. So as you can see here, kill command, always want to keep that because it's giving you 10% haste. And then whenever you don't have enough focus to use a Mongoose Bite, you kill command. If not, you use your Wildfire Bomb to put another dot up. And you only Serpent Sting when you have a Viper's Venom buff. You never keep it up. You never keep it up unless you have it. Reason behind it is because it really does no damage for all the focus that it costs. So it costs 20 focus. It does 4.6k damage plus an additional 21.5, and it scales with haste. So it means that the more haste you have, the less time the dot's going to spend up on your target, and it pretty much just does no damage. So when you have 250% extra damage for free focus, that's when you want to cast it. Never cast Serpent Sting without the buff. And that's just pretty much a single target. This is what your single target will look like. Blur Challenge, Birds of Prey. Never reset your Mongoose Bite at 1 second in the window, and that's pretty much it. When we look at Mythic Plus dungeons and Mythic Plus, you want to run Essence of Focusing Iris. So you pretty much switch Essence of Focusing Iris and Memory of Lucid Dreams. Some people like to run Purification Protocol for fortified weeks over Blood of the Enemy. Personally, I love Haste. So I use Haste over Blood of the Enemy, but if you want to just see more damage, Purification Protocol is also good there. And for me, I run pretty much this exact same setup, but I use an AoE build. So I run three Blows of Talons with two wildfire cluster. What wildfire cluster does, when you throw your wildfire bomb, more bombs explode. So if you have a look, you throw it, and it just does more damage. And does more damage. That's all wildfire cluster does. So you throw a bomb, and more bombs come out. And the reason why you run Essence of Focusing Iris is because in Mythic Plus, you're going to be pulling a whole bunch of mobs together, and it does a insane amount of damage. Plus, it's a free way to give like the secondary passive, getting the haste. So you have a whole bunch of Azerite beam damage, 174 to all enemies. And if you have like over 5 targets, 6 targets, even 3 targets, it's a whole bunch. You pretty much want to use that on cooldown unless you are running with your group and you know that you're going to be pulling a whole bunch, and then you just yeet beam. Well, I call it a yeet beam, pretty much. So that's your AoE. I like to run, again, all haste. If you can get some Twilight Devs is always good, because you're going to have a lot of mobs together. If you get a lucky one and it hits a whole bunch, then you see your damage just skyrocket. But it's pretty much I run this build. Some other people run Wildfire Infusion, which basically changes the way that you play. So if you have a look, Shrapnel Bomb, causing your Mongoose Bite or your cast to play a bleed on the target for 9 seconds. Pheromone Bomb resets your cooldown of Kill Command, and Volatile Bomb just resets does an explosion on the targets that have Serpent Sting, but also resets your Serpent Sting buff. You pretty much, it really depends. I've tried both, and for me, Birds of Prey is easier to master because you really use that on cooldown. You just use it and use it and use it, and you pretty much keep it on from pull to pull, because you're hitting carve, you're hitting Mongoose Bites. You're always going to have that 20% damage buff pretty much for the whole instance, and that's the same with raid as well. For PvP, I don't. Okay, so when we talk about PvP, I don't PvP that much, but I've read about it. I've read about PvP. This one doesn't have it. This one probably does. This one. So for PvP, your essences. All I know are essences. You run the exact same. You run the exact same, but you use Breath of the Dying as your major. instead of Memory of Lucid Dreams and Essence Focus Scars. And the only other difference is you run Wildfire Infusion instead in here. But it pretty much plays the exact same. For PvP talents, I don't know which ones to use. Much dependent on who you're fighting. But this is pretty much your setup here. Natural Mending. You always go that one as well. You don't go Trailblazer. So this is pretty much your setup here. So what Latent Poison does, if you have a look, Serpent Sting applies a Latent Poison, stacking up to 10 times. And then once it hit, depending on how many stacks you have, your Mongoose Bite is going to deal a whole bunch of damage. So if we have a look, go to one of these dummies over here, we just yeet Latent Poisons, and then next Mongoose Bite is going to... So what does the application of Serpent Sting and the dot pretty much puts the stack on. So once you come over, yeet, that one yeet is 154k crit. So when you're running around PvP, you pretty much want to, if you do 2s or 3s, you just want to keep a dot up, let it stack, and then once it's ready to pop, you run in, Reaping Flames, Mongoose Bite, hopefully it crits, and then you if you have a Drestagath trinket, Drestagath, and it does a whole bunch of damage. I've one shot somebody with that as well. So yeah, you want 3 Latent Poisons, and Heart of Darknesses, pretty much. But Latent Poison is your big go-to. So that's current BFA. That is current BFA Survival Hunter. I'm sorry if I've missed a couple of things, and if I have, please definitely let me know down in the comments. But that's current BFA in a nutshell. Single target, multi Mythic plus, PvP, Azerite combinations, essences combinations, they all pretty much always stay the same. You always just flip the switch on some, depending on what you're doing. And it's a really fun spec. I really like it. I hope in the coming 2 months there are very niche, small changes to Survival Hunter, because it's going to be a lot of fun. I love it. I love playing Hunter. Ever since switching over and memeing Survival Hunter and like doing keys, I pugged all those keys. So all my other videos that are keys, I have all been pugged, just to show that Survival does a whole bunch of damage, and it's not really a meme spec. But that's it for today. Again, sorry. Thank you for viewing my previous videos. I'll be uploading more in the coming weeks, all the way up to Shadowlands. I might stream on YouTube in the near future. But yeah, the current BFA. Next, we'll talk about Shadowlands. We'll talk about talents. Then we'll talk about legendaries or covenants or vice versa, and just give you more Survival Hunter content. So again, thank you for all your views. Thank you for all your subscribers. Keep coming back. Hopefully the content is good for you guys, and you guys enjoy it. But yeah, leave a comment, leave a like, leave a subscribe. If you need anything answered, drop it below, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. But for me, signing out. I hope you enjoy your day, enjoy your week, and until next time. The Survival Hunters have like a saying. I don't know, but I'll catch you next time, guys and girls. And wherever you are, stay safe. Peace.